Mystical awakening can be a dead end. Hello, this is Shores of Infinity, Chris speaking with a video about mystical or religious enlightenment or awakening. That's exactly the trouble, this throwing together of terms and states. What in India is called enlightenment or full enlightenment, we can call in spell dynamics third tier, or in Jeffrey Martin terms location 12 plus, or in Hawkins terms 700 plus. This is what people like Sri Aurobindo and Meher Baba and Sri Ramana Maharshi and Vivekananda and so on, this is what they refer to when they use the term enlightenment. Full enlightenment, 700 plus, 12 plus, third tier. Full and complete surrender. There's no vestige left of a personality here. It's a willing servitor of the divine consciousness. And very, very, very few people get there. Less than 1% of all known gurus and teachers and masters, especially on the internet, actually are there. Most are in location 1, 2, or 3, which is already quite good, because most of humanity is in location 0. So if you're in location 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're the one-eyed amongst the blind. But as Jed McKenna has pointed out, there's a difference between mystical experience or mystical awakening on the one hand and enlightenment on the other hand. They're two different animals. And I guess because most of us grew up in a very religious context, we can't see the difference. We're blind to religion because we grew up in it like fish in water. Sri Aurobindo explained how religion is the aspect of spirituality that is most easily understood and accessible to the masses. But it's the most superficial aspect of spirituality and truth. Anyone can have a mystical experience or mystical awakening in a religious setting or with the help of psychedelics like DMT, but it doesn't last. It lifts you up and then drops you again. It's not that you had an awakening, it's the plant gave you this awakening for a few hours or days, and then you're back wherever you were before. Recently, a famous internet guru said he has had more than 30 awakenings. Yeah, exactly because of that. But it's not a succession of awakenings like a ladder or like a stairway. Every awakening a step higher or closer to the truth. No. It's the same thing again and again, one mystical awakening after another on the same level. One step forward, one step backward, again and again and again. And Jeffrey Martin has found a term for this religious or mystical awakening. It's called location 3. Location 3 is something you can go there directly from any location. And the trouble is you can stay there. Once you're in location 3, the religious or mystical stage, it's very likely that you do not go on to location 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and further. You stay within location 3. And in spell dynamics terms, you can get to location 3 from almost any color, be it purple, blue, green, yellow, turquoise, teal. They can all lead to location 3 and influence how you perceive and experience location 3, especially blue. And in Hawkins terms, location 3 is most of the time between 500 and 600. It's what I call the love stage. You're in love with the divine and it feels really good, but it has nothing to do with enlightenment. Moreover, What Jeffrey Martin has not discovered, or at least not written in his book, maybe he has discovered it, and if not, and he listens to this video, here you are, there are substages of location 3. Not only is location 3 a different animal by itself in comparison to all other locations, it has substages, which none of the other locations have or need. So you can have the experience of getting deeper and deeper and deeper into it, or higher and higher and higher levels towards the divine, but actually you're not. You're exploring substages of religiousness, of mystical experience. 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, and it goes on and on and on. And this is a fallacy, for example, that many Sufi teachers have fallen for, because for them it's all about the divine love. Many founders or religions or any other kind of movements have been caught in location 3. And invariably, it leads sooner or later to dogmatism and religion. It doesn't lead to enlightenment. It can become a dead end very quickly. If you happen already to be in a higher location and then go back and explore location 3, it's fine. But if you start with location 3, or if you're in location 1, 2, or 4, or 5, and then go to location 3, you can be trapped there. Location 3 is part of the vital or subtle world. What seekers for enlightenment want to look for and find is the mental or causal world, which is then the bridge to what the Vedas call Satchidananda. That's the goal, to be in contact with Satchidananda. And you will not find it in location 3 through religion and mystical experiments and experiences and drugs and so on. There are no 30 levels of awakening. You can maybe say there are 3. Awakening, love phase, and non-duality. Or you could say there are 12 if you use the locations of Jeffrey Martin. Or you can make up any old scheme or scale by yourself, but it's much more likely that you're just imagining that there's a progression of awakenings, while in actual fact you're having the same awakening again and again and again. You're falling in and out of it. I've talked about this falling in and out of it several times, so this video is only about location 3, about mystical and religious awakening. And within this location 3, within the mystical religious realm, you can have an infinite number of mystical experiences and awakenings, but they don't lead to enlightenment. When people think of enlightenment, they often think of amazing, unique masters like Jesus or Buddha or Mohammed or Lao Tzu, or recent avatars like Meher Baba and Sri Aurobindo. And all of them have also explored location 3. And many of them have started religions, or their followers have tried to start a religion. And because we're indoctrinated religiously, we can see this religious part. We can see that they walked the location 3 path of mysticism and religion. But we cannot see the other paths they also walked. They didn't stop at location 3. They went further, 12 and plus, which is something that is beyond imagination. Enlightenment is actually such an alien state that we cannot even imagine it. Well, it's very easy for us to imagine a religious state, a mystical state. So most people who talk about how great enlightenment feels like, awakening feels like, they either don't know what they talk about, they're just parroting someone else, or they're caught in location 3. A fully enlightened being will tell you that it's very, very simple. It's very different, but at the same time very, very simple and simplistic. It's nothing special. It's mostly just a freedom from all delusions. It's like taking the blindfold off. You see reality for the first time, and it's much simpler than you thought it is. While mystical and religious awakening is to put on more and more colorful glasses. The world looks more and more beautiful and colorful. So you're putting on even more filters and even more delusions. Enlightenment is to take away all illusions and see the brutal truth. Enlightenment is not something that you can want, that you can strive for. It's not the big prize. And it is not something that you will bring about or you will ever experience. It will be given to you, and at the same time the feeling of you, the feeling of I-ness, will be taken away. So there is no one who could enjoy it. While location 3 is very enjoyable. You can feel the love of the universe. Very nice. So if you're in location 3, enjoy, but remember, this is not the highest stage. This is not enlightenment. If you want enlightenment, look for something else. But why should you? The love phase and location 3 are the most comfortable stages a human being can be in. So it's very nice to stay there. Just don't call it enlightenment. But you can explore it, and you can see the divine to some degree through certain filters. That's all for today. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you to all Patreons and joining me as a patron and sharing the videos with your friends, and see you soon.